All right, folks, and here we go. Another toy hauler with a great garage. This one also coming in at 13 foot. Folks, this is the Forest River XLR Boost 37TSX13. Now, here's the cool thing about being Camping World, see, is we have a huge assortment of RVs and inventory that we can get. I mean, you know, if you've been watching the show, you know that we have over 80,000 pieces that are on order. We have over 20,000 pieces that are on our lots. Again, more coming in every single day. And the cool thing is, as we go through some of these, you'll start to see some of the differences. And the fact that when we're talking about RVs, there truly is something for everyone, from every budget to every lifestyle. Now, we saw the Raptor, and that's a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous toy hauler. You know, big triple axle. It's a monster. Has, you know, it's loaded to the gills with amenities, but it's also a little bit pricier. So what if you want a big toy hauler? You still want that 13-foot garage. You want great living space, but maybe you want something that's a little bit less expensive, something a little bit more budget friendly. Well, that is where this Boost comes in, folks, because you can pick this one up for starting at under $50,000, which is under $7 a day. And as we go through, I think you'll agree with me, that is a pretty great deal for what you're getting. So let's start off right here on the back. So one of the first things right away that I love, and I talk about this all the time, is the fact this one has the party deck. And that's something, at least for me, when I'm talking about toy haulers, is very important, because that's one of the things I love. Not only do you get all the garage space for all your goodies, or, you know, for any toys or extra cargo that you want to bring with you, you get all that extra sleeping space, but you also get that party deck. So you can drop that back. You have the more ride system to make sure that's all enclosed so no one's falling off and hurting themselves after a cocktail or two, or if you have littles running around, right, they're not running off and, again, getting injured. Up top, of course, is that queen bed, and on the sides, the rollover sofa. And just like we saw in the Raptor, if you want, these can flip up and lock in place to give you a little more width. Right now we have this one maximized for height. And as I said, this is still a 13-foot garage. You can see the D-rings all around. So if you do have toys, you can lock them down. Or again, let's say you have a bunch of bikes in here. Great. Put a bunch of bicycles. You can lock all those down, totes, whatever else you need. Some of your bigger items, grills, chairs, all of that can fit right back here. Washer dryer, still good to go. There it is, folks. You have washer dryer prep, no problem at all. Now, right here is the half bath. Now, if you notice, a little bit different than what we had in the Raptor, because, you know, the Raptor had that entrance from the kitchen. Here we don't have that, but that's okay. The main point is the fact you still have a half bath. It's easily accessible from the garage, and you have, of course, the second entrance to the garage. So, you know, if you just want to head right back in and use that, you can, or if you're hanging out on the party deck, great, head right in, use that, you're good to go. Coming on through here, you'll see the big glass door. It's absolutely gorgeous when we step into the living area. Again, we get a little bit different layout than what we had before. So instead of theater seats, this one goes to essentially a sofa. You still have the armrests, and if you notice in the armrests, these ones also have the light, the massage, and the heat function, so you're not losing out there. USB port so you can charge your phones, but nice and comfortable. These do recline, they do kick back, so, you know, again, you get the theater seats or the recliners here, and you just have a great shot to the TV. You can see that right here. You know, so if you want to watch something, you have the ability to do it. Fireplace underneath, able to keep your toes nice and toasty there. You'll also, if you come right in here, second Kevin, one of the cool things about this floor plan, turn around, show them up top. Take a look at that loft. So you have the loft space, but that loft goes all the way around and back over here. And you have this net, which I currently have undone, but you have all this extra storage up here too, which is pretty cool. So if you need to get up there, you know, you have the access, plus you have sleeping space up there. So they really did a good job of utilizing some of that space up top. While we're over here, I'm going to show you, you get a nice big pantry in this layout, right? You got to have, chances are you're going to have a lot of people. You got to have a spot to store your food, and that's exactly what you get here. And then the countertop, plenty of countertop space. You know, you have this peninsula, and so you have prep space here, prep space here. You still have enough space for a coffee maker if you want a coffee maker. High-rise faucet, upgraded countertops, undermount stainless steel bowl in there. You can see plenty of drawer space, and it's nice deep drawers here as well. So if you have some of those bigger items, you're able to fit them in there. You know, good spot for pots and pans underneath the sink, and then more drawers right over to the side, plus additional storage here up top. So I think they did a good job, you know, giving you some ample kitchen storage and ample prep space. Right over to the side is our Norcold fridge freezer combo. We'll open that guy up for you so you can take a look. Again, plenty of storage in that one too for some of your cold items. That center shelf does kind of fold back up on itself, so if you have some taller items, you can fit them in there. Net up top here, more prep space, another electrical outlet, so if you didn't want the coffee maker there, you want it here, boom, you're all set. Recess, 3-burner cooktop, that glass cover, again, if you want to prep here, you have all this space to do it. You need to cook, no worries, just flip this up and back. That front one's high output, so if you have high altitude, need to boil some water, that's the one you're going to want to use. Oven underneath, got to do some baking, great. You also see the shelf there, plus you have this big storage. I mean, that's great for any pots and pans again, right? Big, huge storage space right there. So, you know, as you can see, you're getting a lot here. You get the 13-foot garage. It's pre-wired for solar, I should mention. It has a spot for a solar controller in the garage if you want it. Big loft area. AC right up top here too, of course. You know, you have dual AC helping to keep everything nice and cool. And then you have the big countertop. So, you know, you may not have 3 ACs like you had in the Raptor, but again, you know, we're at a lower price point. You know, this one is a much lower barrier to entry. You're looking to get out there. You want something that's still really nice, but, you know, again, maybe a little more affordable. The Boost is definitely the one, folks. Grab this handrail, come on up. You can see here, this is the control for your generator. You know, this is kind of my only complaint, I guess, is I wish it wouldn't have been quite so low and next to a handrail. Makes me just kind of want to accidentally hit it. Now, it's not going to cause any harm, right, when you have to hold it to start it. But, you know, for littles and stuff, if you have littles in here, I just don't want them messing with the generator. Not a huge thing, just a little personal thing on my behalf. You know, like anyone else, folks, when I look at RVs, right, I draw from my experiences, right? Like I picture myself in the RV, like, okay, how would this work for me? You know, how would this work? And I think of my 5-year-old daughter who's going to run around and go, ooh. But that's me, right? So very different for a lot of other people. We come in here, you have, again, ample storage space there for your towels. Just roll them up, set them all up in there. Toilet space, I'll take a seat here, 6 foot, a little over 200 pounds. You can see I have plenty of room, no problems. For the shower, again, just to show you, when I step in here, no problem at all, folks. Don't have to duck down. I am good to go. I have the skylight, you know, so if you're 6'2", maybe 6'3", you know, you're Chris Young height, you can stand in here, no problem, shower off. No issues at all. And then mirrored medicine cabinet there. Big countertop too. That I do want to talk about because I love that. And because it is upgraded countertop, it allows them to undermount that stainless steel bowl. And then, of course, you'll also see that you have some storage under there. It's also worth mentioning there's a heat vent in here, folks. You have heat and AC plus your max air fan. So, you know, whether it's hot out, whether it's cold out, you're going to have excellent climate control there in the bathroom. Then we step up into the bedroom. You'll notice storage all across the top here. You have some shelves over on one side with USB ports plus an electrical outlet right there. A couple more USB ports over here plus an electrical outlet there, and your wardrobe. Now what you'll notice is I don't have quite the head height here, right? You know, you see it does kind of start to duck down a little bit. Not a big deal. It just, you know, helps take a little bit of weight out of it. But just remember that, you know, when you're going to get in and out of bed, you might not be able to stand up. At 6 foot tall, I do have to duck a little. You also see your second AC, again, as I mentioned, helping to keep things nice and cool. Right over there is another wardrobe. So a couple different wardrobes, be able to hang your clothes. You have a nice set of drawers right down here. And if you want a TV, this is where it'll be mounted. Excuse me, this is where you'll mount it here in the bedroom. So if you want to watch a show before bed, you're able to do that. And remember, folks, this one is starting at under $50,000, which is super impressive. Just an absolute excellent deal for such a big machine. As we take a step outside, you can see the upgraded steps here. The More Ride step above step system, aluminum treads. You have the grip tape, which on a day like today where I have, you know, a lot of slush on the bottom of my feet, it actually does a pretty good job of giving me some extra traction. Adjustable feet on the bottom, so you can adjust that to, you know, whatever campsite you may have. And then as we come around front, right here is generator prep. So if you want a generator, this is where it will go. You'll see the cutout right here. All the pre-wiring and everything is already done, so makes it nice and easy to pop one right in there. If you ever think you may want a generator, folks, this goes for any RV, and generator prep is an option, you should get it because it takes a lot of work to even do the prep. Just remember, even if it has the prep, a lot of times there's still a lot of stuff they have to do to put the generator in. So if you want one, getting one from the manufacturer may not be a bad idea, but if that's not an option, then definitely get one with the prep, especially when we're talking about toy haulers. Propane here, let me see, open that up for you. So you can see there you have one tank here, another tank on the other side. Opening this guy up, magnetic catch. Taking a look there, so you'll see, storage. It has a motion sensor light in there. Not a huge storage compartment, but again, we have that huge garage in the back, so it's not really a make it or break it, at least for me. Taking a look up top, power awning with LED lights. We'll have another one on the back we'll see in just a moment. Couple different speakers. You have one right up here and another one in the back, right? So that way, you're getting that stereo sound coming through, right? So that way it actually sounds stereo. Sometimes they put them right next to each other. It just sounds like one big speaker. It's very mono, so it's nice having them split like that. You'll also see right down underneath, triple axle right there. If you want to hook up a TV, this is where you'll hook it up at. Connections there too. Now, again, as I mentioned, we were inside. This one does have the second entrance, so you can enter right into the garage. And on the very back here is a leash latch, so if you have any pets, you can hook them up right there. And if you take a look up at the very top, again, we have that power awning. So when that power awning is out, it will shade them. We'll quickly talk about the back here, but pretty easy, pretty standard ramp door. Right here, just lock it if you need to lock anything up. And then up top, you have an LED light as well as your backup camera prep. And remember, folks, as I mentioned, this one does have the party deck. So, folks, if you're looking for toy haulers, there are so many differences. And I just wanted to kind of show you, that it doesn't matter what budget you're looking at, or what's going to be right for you. There is an option out there. We have an RV for you. Whether you want to spend $90,000, if you want to spend $40,000, $20,000, or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe you're up into the $150,000. We have toy haulers that will hit all those price points. Different amenities. We can get different floor plans, different weights, double axle, triple axle. Over 20,000 here on the lots. Over 80,000 coming. All you have to do is text the word FRESH to 46642.